2022 was quite the year. We had an insane amount of changes within the Amazon FBA space, supply chain issues, pay-per-click, changing customer demand, potential changes in the economy, and as always, the strategies for success also changed. But can you believe it? We're already into 2023. I mean, seriously, pinch me. It's kind of crazy to say that. And so I wanted to take some time in this video and walk through 5 changes with this YouTube channel that you can expect in the year ahead. And I'm hoping at least a couple of them are pretty exciting for you. So let's get after it. What is up, guys, and welcome to 2023. It's just weird saying it. I'm sure it feels weird on your end, but here we are. We've rolled into a new year, and with a new year ahead, as we often like to do, we want to reflect on what happened in 2022, but more importantly, think about the year ahead and kind of what's next. So if you're around in 2022 or even 2021 or in the origins of this channel in 2020, sincerely thank you for coming along for the ride. If you're new here, I basically do deep dive content primarily on Amazon FBA, but we get into business strategy stuff, e-com, even the mental game of entrepreneurship. But like most of us, every year I want to step up my game. And so the last month or so, I've been thinking a lot about what I want to do with this channel in 2023. How do I make it special? How do I push myself? How do I become better? What are the things I want to do in my business and share? What are the things I want to do with this channel to expose as much value as possible? So really the purpose of this one today is a quick one, just to knock down 5 things that you can expect from this channel in 2023 and that I have as goals and targets to step up and level up my game to hopefully help you level up too. The first is pay-per-click. It's probably not a lot of our favorite topic because it costs us money, and years ago you could probably get away with not caring about pay-per-click, but frankly in the environment that we're in now, pay-per-click is becoming increasingly necessary in the tool and arsenal within an Amazon seller's kit to be able to be successful. And you'll notice I haven't done a ton of pay-per-click content on this channel for a couple different reasons. One, I just frankly don't like pay-per-click. It's one of those necessary evils, the plumbing of a business, so to speak, that you have to do it, you have to be good at it, but it hasn't been a passion of mine. The second is just the fact that there's been a lot of industry experts in the space that own agencies or that just live and die by pay-per-click. They love it. They're in the weeds. They know every little button to push. They know every change that's coming out. And frankly, I just didn't feel like I brought enough expert value to the table to confidently share on this channel what works, what doesn't, what's new, and what's old within pay-per-click. So I've tracked down somebody that is really my most respected person in the space. This individual shares stuff that I don't see anywhere else. They're open. They approach business very similar to me. So I reached out to them, hit them up here over the last 6 weeks, and some really exciting news for 2023 is I'm going to bring in this pay-per-click expert for 6 different videos. So every 2 months, we're going to be doing a deep dive on a new pay-per-click topic. I'm going to learn something. I know you're going to learn something, and really this is going to help level up the game of everybody that watches this channel. So if you've got any specific questions or thoughts and topics that we should dive into, let me know in the comments down below. We'll try to cover as much as we can. But super excited about that first one, which is bringing in a pay-per-click expert. Now the second one I'm really excited about because there's a lot of new stuff that I think people are going to like on this one. And this is a new brand that I've started building. Literally over the last week, we started getting the initial business structure together and kind of figuring out the battle plan on launching this thing. I was originally going to take this product and launch in an existing brand, but it just kind of built a life of its own where I think that it makes sense as a standalone brand. So I've got 2 partners on that project. We're trying to get it together between now and spring. There's obviously a lot to do when you're building a brand from scratch. So we'll see if we can get there. But there's going to be a couple unique things for this channel specifically that I think are going to be really interesting about that. First of all, I'm going to launch that project on either Kickstarter or Indiegogo via crowdfunding. We're going to parlay that, and the core part of it is going to be Amazon. But a part of leveling up your game is to do things that you don't know, that you're not comfortable with, that you don't have all the answers on. And building a brand, building an audience, and launching on a crowdfunding platform is certainly one of those. So that's going to be interesting. I'm definitely going to share my journey on that, win, lose, or draw, on how that goes. The second thing I think that's special about that new brand launch is I'm about 90% confident I'm actually going to build that brand publicly. The brand name, the product, the customer, the images, why I did what I did, why we made decisions the way that we did, how we launched it, what the numbers were, how we parlayed that into the Amazon game. You know, I've always tried to be really transparent and show things that others don't in terms of case studies, details, numbers, but you can only go so far without the product and the brand. And so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna actually open things up, and it's vulnerable, it's scary for a lot of different reasons. It's something that's new to me, but I think that's something that I'm likely gonna do. So if you want to see me open up, if you want to see me share that brand publicly and walk through it in the channel, again, let me know down below. I'd be curious to see what you think. The third one is a bit of a wild card. I think there's probably about a 60% probability that this is going to happen, but there's a brand that I may be acquiring with a partner. It's a brand I've actually been familiar with for about 3 years. We potentially were going to acquire it back then 3 years ago. A lot of different things happened. Personal, professional, just didn't happen. But we've started those conversations again, and we're going to get access to the account in January, kind of dive in and see if it's something that we may want to acquire. I think there's going to be some really unique case studies with that brand. It's US manufacturing, it's recurring revenue model. There's a lot of interesting things about it, but it also is going to require a lot of work. The brand's kind of down. It's not the best. It's got a good foundation, but it's definitely the ugly house on the street, so to speak. I think another thing that's interesting about that particular opportunity is we may acquire it for no cash involved. So again, acquisition opportunity, if it comes together, I'm going to share it here. You guys are going to hear the breakdown, what I'm planning to do once we actually acquire the brand, etc., if it happens. So stay tuned. 60% shot it happens. If it does, there's going to be some unique content on this channel I'm going to share. The fourth thing is I'm actually going to host once a month one of the biggest Amazon FBA podcasts in the world. Super excited about this project. Don't know all the things I'm going to cover yet, but I'm going to do interviews, some deep dive topics. Again, once a month, this is going to go down. I'm going to cross share that on this channel. When that announcement comes here in the next couple of weeks, you guys will be the first to know, but expect to see this face that you know and hopefully trust on a podcast near you. And then the fifth and final update for the channel, looking forward to 2023, is we're actually going to have a channel sponsor this year. I've got 3 criteria with different projects I take on. Number 1 is it's something that excites me. Number 2 is it people that I want to do business with. And number 3, does it let me do business on my terms? And all 3 of those things have been checked when it comes to this new channel sponsor that I'm going to be involved in. It's a brand you probably heard of, but you probably don't know a lot about. You don't know a lot about the people. You don't know a lot about what's behind the business. And so I'm really excited to share what that partnership is in the weeks ahead. And I'm also going to be excited on the content, the partnership, and the extreme value that's going to come to folks that follow this channel. We're going to probably kick that off with a interview with the founder here in the next couple of weeks. So you'll hear all about the brand. You'll hear all about the thesis behind it and why I decided to lock arms with these folks. So look, guys, I don't always get it right with this channel. Sometimes I kill it. Sometimes the videos are awesome. Sometimes they're not so awesome. Sometimes I'm not so awesome. But I've made it a goal here, thinking through what I want 2023 to be for this channel, for me, for the viewership, and I'm really excited about what's cooking. You've heard 5 of the outlines. You've heard 5 new things that you can potentially expect here in the year ahead, but you can also expect what you've come to hopefully know, like, and appreciate about this channel. I'm going to share what's working, what's not in my business. I'm going to do deep dive case studies. I'm going to hopefully aid you in your entrepreneurial business in terms of growing your business, but also growing your mind and the mental side of things. And above all, I'm hoping to have fun, create value, and continue to try to make this channel as special as I can. If you've been here from the start, if you've been here for a week, if you've been here for 6 months, whatever the timeline is or your level of commitment, it really does mean a lot. I'm talking into a blank camera half the time, but I know there's human beings on the other side of this camera. The comments, the business opportunities, the financial rewards, the relationships that have come out of this, the travel, the cool places I've got to visit. It really has been one of the coolest experiences of my life doing this thing. And so I'm going to continue to try to level up, continue to try to make it special, and continue to try to deepen the value that I create for you guys. So I hope you're along with me. I hope you're excited about those things. If you've got any other additional ideas, comments, thoughts on the 5 things I just talked about, drop them in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. The ride is going to be a blast in 2023. Cheers, guys.